Yo, welcome to the Cool Kids Table. CB in the place to be, coming at you live from Mastermind Media. I got my good friend here, Rick LaFlame, Big P Duffy B, all the way from Michigan. How was your trip?
It was amazing. I feel amazing sitting at this table next to my guy, C. Benoit. Thank you for having me, my brother.
Thanks for being here. You're a cool kid. Welcome.
Man, this is the spot. The CKT is the place to be.
Yes, it is. CB in the place to be at the Cool Kids Table.
CB, man. C. Benoit Photography. Shouts out to my guy. Been doing this thing for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Super high vibes.
How'd we meet again? It's a dark and stormy night.
Yeah, it was. I think it was. There were a lot of those.
At State?
Yeah. Nah, I mean, you could probably tell the story. We could just run it off, but
do we need to?
Yeah, I think people need to know how we're connected.
Yeah, all I remember from that side of that story was walking out of Peter Glendining's photo class, and I was talking to him about on-camera flash for Canon, and this kid comes up, he's just like, "Yo, I got something to tell you about flash." And then the slam log was born. That was the first picture I saw, was the slam log. Insert slam log right here.
Okay, wait. How many years ago though was that? That was 4 years ago.
That
right?
was my sophomore year, I think, at State.
Sophomore year.
Spring semester of college. So that must have been. I've been out of school 3 years now. So you graduated before me, though.
It's 4 years ago. Had to have been.
Yeah.
4 years ago. Yeah, my guy was in the elevator with the photography professor.
You think it was the elevator? It was by the lockers.
No,
yes, sir.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
bro. I'm a photographer. I got photographic memory.
Yo, well, I'm taking your word for that then. I'm taking your word for that. Yeah, we were talking about speed lights and flashes right off the rip. Right off the rip. And then my guy, of course, had to bust out his camera with all his flashes and shoot some of me in the upcoming weeks, and we started kicking back and chilling and doing our thing in EL, and it's kind of just been it's been a beautiful connection since.
Taught me how to smoke weed.
I did, honestly. I'm proud to say that,
On the banks of the Red Cedar, me
we're
and Duffy
smoking that green.
Blunts.
Yeah, we were smoking hella greens. My guy had never smoked weed before, and me, I've been smoking weed for a little second, so naturally, it was in our presence, you know what I'm saying? And so he started smoking, but for the first few times, I ain't even gonna lie, he didn't even inhale it. And then it was like the fifth time, like I knew he wasn't inhaling it, but I didn't want to be too harsh on him. Like I saw like a little bit maybe coming out, so maybe he was getting a little stoned. Like on the fifth time, it was like, I saw like the rip, and it was like,
that was
man.
off that big one, that big bong you had. As big as me.
Yeah, that bong.
The Ronin. Rest in peace.
Yeah, it's not in our possession anymore. But man, so I feel like I should be interviewing you right now. This is number one.
This questions?
is your. I got questions up the wazoo,
all right,
man.
Let's hear it.
Yo. Tell the people how you came up with the name of your podcast, The Cool Kids Table.
I guess we should talk about this on the first episode.
First episode, baby. Let's get to it.
So the Cool Kids Table is all about inclusivity, because in high school, and I think that everybody has experienced some level of exclusivity in the world, and I think that that's just lame. And the exclusivity was always, the Cool Kids Table. You couldn't sit there unless you were a cool kid. Now, I am opening this table up for the world's Cool Kids Table, because I want to hear your story. I want to hear what makes you unique, because, we're all the universe experiencing everything that it created. So why wouldn't I want to hear the story of those creations?
Nah, that's beautiful. And honestly, you told me about your idea for creating a podcast for months, but you never told me the name. You never told me what it was. And then the first day that you told me the name of it, I was like, yeah, that's great. That really makes sense. And I can feel that with you. I can feel that you are a person that is about inclusivity, that you are accepting of people's different viewpoints and everything like that, and to be able to bring people together and to break maybe a barrier or barriers about what cool is so important, in my opinion. So Cool Kids Table, being a table for everybody. Everybody's got their own coolness in their own ways, and everybody's welcome. Pull up a seat. That just makes sense to me. So shouts out to you for coming up with that.
I appreciate that. I really do. And I've always looked at you the same way. Always wanted to talk to anybody that's willing to talk, sharing good vibes with the world. High Vibes Weekly. Check out our other podcast that's coming out now that it's in the world. That's going to have to happen. But yeah.
HVW. High Vibes Weekly. Every time. Charles and I talk like almost every day. Almost every day. And, we call our conversations High Vibes Weekly. High Vibes Weekly. Today, we got the duo at the CKT. But High Vibes Weekly is really, it's a mindset that revolves around, you might have a tough hour. You might have a tough day. But, overall, weekly is high vibes. It's high vibes.
You can't have a week that's not.
Nah.
You're not living for Friday, dude. You're living for every day.
Every day.
High Vibes Weekly every day.
What
that's
day
the
is
target.
it?
What day is it? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I do what I love for a living.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly. It feels like any day.
Yes,
it's
sir.
beautiful. Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God to be here, man.
You can't lose with gratitude.
You can't lose with gratitude. That's why I hang out with you. I've never heard that before.
I just came up with it on the fly. On the Cool Kids Table. That's
On the
where I came up
CKT.
with it.
Love on that one, my guy. Boom. LA. That's why we're
Welcome
doing
to
this.
LA. Welcome to LA.
Hey, I feel welcome. I feel welcome here. It feels warm, man. It feels cool.
It's warm. Yeah, it's a desert.
Is it?
Yes. I was actually having
LA's a desert?
I was having that conversation with someone the other day. I was just random. I literally asked them, I'm just like, so what biome are we in? Like, is this a desert? Is this like California's just got such a wide range? What the hell is it?
Call Bill Nye.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
That's what I have to say. Don't ask me. Don't look at me, dog. I don't know. That's all I know is it's got palm trees. It's got some nice Italian.
It's got high vibes.
Yeah.
Nice Italian. You're damn right with that.
Yeah, there's an Italian restaurant about a block away I heard it yelling.
Our name.
RLF. Si Benoit.
I think you need to explain to the audience who Rick LaFlame is and where that came from.
For sure. I love that question because, throughout my life, I've been called a lot of different things.
I'm sure.
A lot. And honestly, it's not just me. My dad goes by he claims the title of master nickname namer.
Yeah.
So he's always giving people different nicknames and stuff. So I've always been called different things. My birth name is Patrick Brown. I've been called Duffy since I was, in 6th grade. That came from there's a professional skateboarder named Patrick Duffy, and one of my buddies was like, "Yo,
hold, pause.
Yep.
That's not your middle name."
Nah, it's not my middle name.
I've thought until now that was your middle name. Your real legal middle name.
Hey, I mean, my grandma calls me Duffy. Does that make it kind of legal?
Your grandma?
Yeah, I'm Duffy
when your grandma calls you by something, does that make it official?
Yeah, it's pretty much official. She's
posted up somewhere.
Yeah,
for sure posted.
Smoking a lot of cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, drinking barefoot wine, but
barefoot bubbly.
I don't know about the bubbly, but back to the story real quick. As a youngin, my name being Patrick, I always liked the name Rick as well.
Mm-hmm.
Rick is in Patrick.
Yeah.
Rick for short. And I never quite could figure out how I could own that, how I could own Rick. And last year I was in kind of the heat of my creative mojo, creating some fire work that I was really proud of. And one of my best friends, he called me Rick LaFlame. And it's kind of just been RLF since,
it's burned in. You can't get rid of that.
Yeah, no, I'm not looking to get...
Not get rid of, that's a wrong wording. I would say grateful that that's there.
Yo, I got blessed with the name.
Blessed is a good way to... Yes.
I didn't name myself that. It's funny because like when I was younger, I saw a movie called Goon, and there was a hockey player in that movie who is like a superstar with crazy energy, and his last name was LaFlame. And I always loved that. I was like, this dude is a savage. He's partying. He's one of the best hockey players. Like, LaFlame is dope. And then sure enough, years later, one of my best friends calls me Rick LaFlame, and it's kind of just been cool. I like it. I vibe with it. So call me RLF, man. What's up?
RLF, welcome.
Yo.
To the Cool Kids table.
Yo, absolutely. Absolutely. Are you fired up, man?
I'm fired up, yeah.
How long have you been wanting to do a podcast?
I've been wanting to do this for months. I set it up for everybody and edit for everybody. I'm just like, it's about time I get on this side of the table.
Here at Mastermind Media?
At Mastermind Media,
Shout out to Mastermind Media.
Shout out to Mastermind Media.
Yeah.
Grateful as hell. Mark Rodriguez, ultimate mastermind, genius ideas, and to all the wonderful people I get to meet working here.
Yeah, but I mean, just being here in like the first, 35, 40 minutes, I already learned about all the things that are, not all the things, some of the things that are going on here at Mastermind Media in Los Angeles. And honestly, it's looking awesome so far. So if you in LA and you need to get on a podcast,
make some content.
Yeah.
We'll brand you. We'll make you.
Yeah.
We'll make your dream come. That's our logo. That's our like a motto. What? Is we're dream makers.
Dream makers.
Someone comes to us with an idea and we make it a reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Dream makers, dream chasers, dream livers.
Yes, sir.
Dream livers.
Dream livers.
Yo, absolutely, man. You can't just be chasing the dream all the time. You got to step back sometime and look at what's going on. We live in this dream right now.
Yeah, just like the day of the week.
Yeah, exactly. The day is what you make of it. You know what I'm saying? It is. So dream, have a good dream. You know what I'm saying? Think the right things.
This ain't good night.
This ain't not. This ain't good. What? What's that mean?
You're saying have a good dream. That's like sign off language.
Yeah. We definitely ain't done. We're not signing off. I mean, like, I think that a dream, we're living in a dream kind of like conscious, not just sleeping.
Oh, for sure.
Too. So like, if this is like you're living your dream, chase that good dream. Don't chase the nightmare.
Don't chase the nightmare. I think a lot of people chase their nightmares, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think there's
you
a cycle.
choose that.
Yeah,
you really do choose that
to a certain extent.
To a certain extent, I think I read somewhere that like you have control over like 60% of your happiness. Mm-hmm. But I'm not sure if I believe that, because like when I've gone through some hard times, really thinking negatively, like your body like gets addicted to feeling like that.
Oh yeah,
like you want to automatically feel like crap.
Yeah,
but like.
It's the easy way to go.
It's the easy way.
It's the easy way to go.
It's the default setting.
It's the default setting.
If you work on that, you can really, because like for a while I was, whenever I had like a negative thought, I was driving, I'd get angry or something like that. I actually had the habit of thinking like, okay, how can I turn this positive? Yeah, like it's immediate, like an immediate little flip switch that eventually you start thinking that automatically.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I definitely think that, it's I'm curious to know about, the 60% thing, because I believe, do
we want to look this up?
Yeah. I
mean, I'd be curious. I don't know where I read that, but
yeah, I don't know. I believe that to a certain extent we can truly control like how we feel. So I don't know if I would cap myself out at 60%, because I'm pretty happy, a lot of the time. Definitely more than 60%.
Oh, it only says 40% of happiness is determined by your actions, your attitude, or optimism, and the way you handle situations. These figures are often quoted by positive psychologists to back up the claims that at least a part of our happiness is man-made.
So maybe they're saying that 40% is like our
It's saying happiness is genetic. 50% genetic. And 10% circumstance and 40% us.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. How can happiness be genetic?
I'm not sure. I think that like if you're born with a body that's not clean, if you're born into a body that's not healthy, and you don't have the right genes, then maybe you're just not able to access that amount.
That's understandable. Like a hormone imbalance.
Yeah, like it's a literal like physical thing. Like that's imbalanced maybe, but like I said, I'm trying not to cap myself out at nothing. I wanna.
No, you can't cap yourself out.
But I'm also not trying to control everything. I'm not like,
Well, that's the thing. The universe works in randomness. If you got to give a little bit of randomness, that's where magic can happen.
I like this. I gotta just step back for a second.
You got to step back.
I'm
That quote
I just gotta absorb what's going on right now.
at the cool kids table?
My
Is
guy,
it too hot?
You know who you're talking to?
Rick LaFlame.
Yeah.
The only flame that won't burn you.
Hey, unless we're doing comedy, then I might have to lay some roast
it's an open
out.
table at that point.
Yeah. When it comes to comedy, for the record, I'm a comedian. So if there's anything that I say on here that you might not agree with or whatever, well, maybe it's comedy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just comedy. Maybe it's just for a joke. But at the same time, I'm very serious. So don't just think I'm just joking all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I could pop my collar right now and you might think it's funny. I think it's serious. You know what I'm saying?
A serious collar pop.
Yeah. Like 3-6 Mafia. Like, not,
Yeah.
popping my collar. You already know. Yeah.
Yo, so you were talking about interview. You were talking about big game earlier. You got questions. So.
Yeah, I definitely got questions, man. How long you been doing photography?
Oof.
See Benoit photo.
Oh,
My boy,
man.
how long you been doing photography?
I gotta think about that one. I picked that up before I went to state, really. So about, it's before 2016, so 2015, 2014, roughly. How many years is that? If it's
That's
2022,
like
seven years, yeah.
7 years. Nice.
Yeah, I've been doing it that long.
What got you into it?
Well, a whole bunch of my friends, all my friends had an art bone, and like I had Richard that was always into like cooking, and like he always liked doing stuff creative. I had Nick that was big into fashion and aesthetics and stuff like that. They all went through that kind of phase, and they all like did a photography phase at some point. Like they wanted to try that. So my mom bought me a camera for Christmas one year, and just to hang out with him and kick it, and I fell head over heels in love with it. And it's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. I was sitting in my dorm in freaking Wilson Hall, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my major because I was really not liking engineering. I was an electrical engineering major to start. And I'm like, I looked at the camera. I'm just like, man, I haven't touched that in a minute. Something was telling me to touch that. Pick it up. So I did, and like I started taking pictures around campus, and like. I loved it, and I wanted to tell a story, so I switched to journalism. Have I ever told you this story?
Nah, you be switching up though?
Yeah, I switched to journalism, and then I didn't like the writing. It's too much writing and research and stuff like that. Yeah, so I switched to. Then I eventually switched to studio art and as my major, and fell in love with it because it's empowering. That's what I love doing. Is I love when people can look at those images and feel good and empowered. That's the power of what I do. When I can have someone look at that and be like, holy shit, that's me, my job here is done.
Okay. I like that. So you really like the delivery.
The delivery is the best part.
Delivery's the best
Shooting's the best part too.
Really?
But
think so? You like that?
I love the shooting.
All right.
Yeah. The editing is what gets a little mundane, but like when I give them...
The repetition can take over sometimes.
Yeah, but it's nice when you got a good audiobook.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I definitely can get in the flow of editing. I think that is.
Yeah, you're a video editor, photo too. How did you get into photography and video?
We've been doing this. We've really been doing this. I didn't. Do you want to introduce me? Do you want to tell people who I am, or do you want me to tell them? Because
you want me to give them of everything I know about you?
Yeah, I'd like that. I'd like to hear.
Yeah. This is my best friend, one of my best friends, Rick LaFlame, Patrick Duffy Brown. That's the name that I thought was your legal name. We met at State years ago. Always been friends, kicking it since. Always sharing. Positive vibrations, positive ideas, thinking differently. He is an incredible photographer, videographer, skater, owner of The Brand. I really would like to hear a little bit more about that so our audience can hear that. But yeah, big smoker. Always just one of the most positive people I've ever met. So how much of that?
Thank you so much for those words. Yeah, that was it. Honestly,
Alva sponsored, by the way.
Hey, thank you for throwing it out. You know, because that's a proud dynamic of my life. I'm very proud about that.
Well, you wouldn't wear it to the cool kids table if it wasn't.
I couldn't do that. If it wasn't what it was, then I wouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, but that does sum it up. That sums up who I am. And to answer your question, about photo and video, I got into photo and video, and after we talk about this, I'm coming back to you for the record.
Okay.
Because I need to. Okay. Because the people need to know even more about not who I am, but my guy. Because you're the host.
Yeah.
But photo and video, I got into shooting videography first. I grew up skateboarding my whole life. My dad had skateboards in the garage ever since I was a young dude, and me and my cousins were always, you know, getting after it on our little skateboards back in the day. So when I was in 5th or 6th grade, me and my cousins, we started filming each other out in the driveway skating, and we would just kind of like put in cool rap music to it, and we were just trying to make fun stuff. We were just trying to create cool edits and stuff. I was seeing people make dope skate videos and everything like that, and I just wanted to do it.
I'm gonna pause you there for a second. Yeah. You can't just stop at skate videos, because the ski videos and snowboard videos hit hard. So, but go on.
That's years later. That's definitely. So the videos came about when I was in 5th, 6th grade. I shot videos till I was in 8th grade. And in 8th grade, I met a dude who had just bought a brand new Canon T2i.
Bro.
And at that time, I want you to know the T2i was lit. The T2i was it was the last one that they did without the flip out screen. The T3i had the flip out screen. So that was like one of the most OGs in my opinion. And I loved that camera. And I was blessed that my parents helped me get a camera not long after that. So I think it was a few months after I tried out my buddies that I got my own T2i, right before freshman year. And then freshman year came about, and I naturally kind of got into shooting senior photos for people. I got my first 50 millimeter. Shouts out to the 50 millimeter 1.4.
1.4, you can't beat it.
1.4.
Best lens ever made.
Prime.
Best. It's literally, that's why they call it prime.
Yo, absolutely.
I'll say the 35 is a close.
You like the 35?
35 and the 85.
I don't have much experience with the 35. 85 got to be too much for me though.
No,
I know that.
85 is the perfect butter. You could put that lens on a piece of toast and I'd eat it.
That's a lit.
That's how buttery it is.
I'd have to be standing across the street to shoot the portrait, bro.
No, that's a 135 you're talking about. The 135 is crisp, but
no, I'm just playing. But the 85 definitely does got. You need to get back a little bit for that.
That's
for the 85.
point. Yeah, but the distortion, the perspective of the compression, because that's like it's scientifically supposed to give the face the most flattering look.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The 85.
85.
The 85 gives the most flattering facial look.
Yes. These aren't 85s on these cameras, though.
These aren't 85s.
No.
But you guys heard that from my guy, Benoit. If you're looking to get the best.
It's a lens of choice. You see me shooting, that's most likely on my camera.
All right.
That or the 16 to 35, and you know how good that beast is.
You already know I know.
It's the only lens on your camera besides the 50.
I don't even put the 50 millimeter on anymore.
You don't put the 50 on?
I ain't even gonna lie. It's like,
bro,
it's pretty much stuck in 16 millimeters. I'm not gonna lie.
Stuck in 16?
It's not
you should
actually.
Get a 16 prime.
I want a real fisheye. Like a
genuine one?
I had one of my first lenses that I got actually was an 8 millimeter Rokinon. And I used that for all my skate videos and everything like that. So I love wide angle lenses. I always have. Always loved a wide angle ever since.
It's just different.
It's different.
I love it because you
get the whole face.
Like I just look at it as like you can transform a space with that. Like you could shoot in a room and make it interesting compared to any other lens.
You can always get closer.
Yes. They should make a macro of that. 16 to 35 macro. I'm a geek with photography if you haven't seen that.
Guys, he is.
I love it.
So I'm gonna finish this little
Yeah, for sure.
tale
For sure.
because I want people to know who is talking to the host and why the host chose me to be on this podcast. Number one, and
Well, I want to pause that.
Okay.
Because not only chose, but I've held back spots to make this happen for you. Because like I have wanted you to be the first guest. Even Mark told me like you gotta wait for Rick LaFlame to show up because like I've got probably a good 3-4 other people lined up, but I'm like I ain't starting this until you're here, and it took 2,000 miles.
yeah,
Driven here. He hasn't been to my place yet since getting here.
I got to LA an hour and a half ago.
Right to the cool kids table.
Yeah, I got to the CKT about 35 minutes ago, a little bit more, but
Yeah.
I just got to LA, so I'm fresh. I'm fresh on the block.
Fresh out the van.
I'm fresh out the Sprinter. You already know who it is. It's the Sprinter man in the Sprinter van with my man's C.
Yes,
Benoit.
sir. In the place to be.
Yeah. So, basically, I got into photography, and I noticed right away that I could make some cheddar. I've always been about making cheddar in ways that I don't gotta clock in. If there's a way that I can make a little bit of extra cheese to where I don't have to wake up the next morning and know I got to go to work in the evening of that day, I'll do it.
That's kind of ironic because the best light's in the evening.
I know that's why I could. I guess that's probably why I realized that I couldn't work in the evening. I had to keep my evenings free to get that low light for my 50 millimeter, So through high school, I did weddings, senior photos, and different types of videos and that type of thing. And then I moved out to Colorado for 2 years. Went to Colorado Mountain College in Breckenridge. Shouts out to the mountain lifestyle. And then I ended up getting my graphic design degree from Michigan State University, where I met our one and only C. Benoit, And now we really doing a lot of photo, video, and design in particular. I'm a huge typography.
Incredible graphic designer. Incredible. He made the logo for this.
Yeah,
It's funny too.
Go ahead, man.
Because this setup, like he hadn't seen it, and like I thought he had saw this. So he had made he literally made a logo that
I don't
was
think
in
the people
my
even
head.
know. The people don't know that I did any of that. Yeah.
What do you mean?
So I did the branding for the CKT, the Cool Kids table.
Yeah.
Like, so that logo came from me, but I want keep going on the why this table is that story is kind of interesting. Go ahead.
Well, because he shows up and like I told him like, look at it, looks like the logo, and he's just like, hold on a second, and it clicked.
It took me a second.
He didn't know that. I was going to set it up the way that the logo was. Yeah, he had never seen the table before making that. So that's how good of a graphic designer he is. If you got an idea for a design, he'll pull it right out of your head before you even say it.
Yeah. That's what I love to do is I really love to help people bring their ideas for a brand or a business to life. I like to get to know people, and I like to get to know kind of the energy of the business or brand that they're looking to create, and then go and do my thing on my end and come up with some visual branding, using the tools and the skills that I got, and really try to create things that are meaningful to my people. And I was majorly blessed when my guy C. Benoit asked me to do the CKT official branding. So this is kind of like the official delivery in a way too.
It is the official delivery.
This is the official delivery. I haven't even seen my guy since we created the branding, so I had to pull up on him and officially shake up with him on it. So
I've got a shirt waiting for me in your van.
Yeah, it's not in my van. It's gonna be on the way though.
It's what?
I know. Yeah, she didn't send it, but she recognized it right away, so it's gonna be in the mail.
Okay.
I just been that's coming. So yeah, shouts out to Frankie. Definitely.
Honestly, shout out to Frankie, one of the sweetest people I've ever met.
Yeah, one of the sweetest.
Makes you the happiest I've ever seen you.
Yo, so. she is. I haven't really been with that many ladies. Like, I've been with ladies, like, don't get me wrong, but like,
honestly, I don't think I've ever really known you dating somebody.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm very particular. And that's a sweet thing for you to say, that I'm the happiest since I met Frankie. Because honestly, I agree. I didn't know this type of realm of being with somebody that I'm so connected to, until I met Frankie. So to find her and to get connected with her I've been with her over the past year-ish.
Oh, it's been a year. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, man. We keeping the vibes crazy high out here.
It has been a year. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's been a year. I'm really blessed. Thank God. Thank God.
I'm grateful for you.
Thank you. And I love it, because I love when you guys, like, I get on the phone with you and she's there, and then you kind of start talking to her and she's talking. It just makes me happy. It's cool, because I want you to.
Of course, because I know that I'm on speaker and I know that Frankie's sitting right next to you.
And I want my God to approve of who I'm with. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
That's important. That's important. You gotta have support from your friends, of who you're with. That's major, because you gotta be able to.
Has to mend with your friends.
Yeah.
Because you can't ever change your lifestyle for somebody. I think that it's a partner. So if they are with you, then they have to fit into your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And you have to fit into theirs. It's a balance.
It's a compliment.
So it's a compliment.
They should compliment.
You should have your whole own vibe going before you even think about dating.
Yeah,
in
be
this
you.
world.
Yeah.
Be you.
Find yourself a little bit.
Find yourself.
But
come on the cool kids table, talk about yourself, and then go find somebody.
Pull up on the CKT. Pull up a seat, baby. You already know. But but at the same time, I think there comes a level of getting to know yourself by. Getting to know other people of the opposing
100%,
gender, or
100%.
Whatever you're into.
Yeah,
you gotta kind of learn about what you like. And we kind of talk about this a lot. Is like one of my biggest things is like I gotta feel so confident in who I'm bringing to wherever I'm going to, whether that's a family dinner, or we're going to the bar or the club, or we're going to a museum. Like I wanna make sure that that whoever I'm pulling up with is complimenting me. And that's one thing that she's done for me, is she's really helped shine the light back into my own eyes, to really just be who I am and not be fearful of what I got to say, and to leave it all on the table and chase your dreams, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And not be cliche, but be cliche, because some of those perspectives are the best.
Honestly,
you know what I'm saying?
They're cliche for a reason. They've been said so many times because they're accurate.
Cliche is cliche.
I'd wonder what the actual definition of cliche is.
Yeah, we got to look it up.
We got to look that up.
Hey guys, there's two types of people on this planet. One person, the first type of person, looks up the definition. The other does not. You know what I'm saying? Words are spells. Words are...
Shaking the cool kids table.
Yeah,
a phrase or opinion that is overused and betrays a lack of original thought.
Yeah, I guess cliche.
A stereotype or an electrotype.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's going against original.
It's kind of just listening. I don't know if that would necessarily be a cliche.
But like people use cliche like, they'll say something that is said a lot, right?
Yeah, because they don't want to put original thought into it instead of coming up with something of their own.
So they say it's cliche.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. It's unoriginal. Like it's being used a lot, so it's unoriginal. It's not necessarily that it's not right. It's not that it's, it's just used a lot.
Well, it's usable for a reason. I mean, it's been said a lot for a reason is really the end point there.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's simple knowledge that works, and that's worked over time because it's simple. You know what I'm saying? So
simple makes the best art, honestly.
Yeah, it does. I really believe that. Like I kind of look at design and art in certain ways in my own art, like fractions, a design.
All right, I'm interested to hear this about fractions.
Yeah.
Art?
Yeah. Like design, in particular design. I look at great design as being that of simplification, complex simplification. So taking a complex idea and simplifying it down into its most basic
to a logo or something. That's a really good point.
Basic
Honestly,
form.
that's a great point.
Yeah, because you know, like think about simplifying a fraction. You're not done until it's all the way simplified. So if you have a logo that you're working on, something like that, and it's got all these different details, and not necessarily that a logo can't have details, but does it really need the details? Like, does it need those tiny little details, or you know, is it already in its most simplest form, or does it need to be simplified more?
I would have to say that I apply that to portraiture. I think that best portraiture is in studio white backdrop. It's the
My
best
guy and I
because it's
differ on
simple.
this.
It's because it's just the person. I mean, there's beautiful portraiture. Don't get me wrong. That's on location and can tell more about a person, but you can't really see, like, it takes away all distractions.
That is true.
Backdrop.
That's true. That's a beautiful point.
That's all that's in the image is the person.
I'm shooting backdrops now.
Are you?
You gotta teach
You've
me.
never shot in studio.
You gotta teach me.
Shooting in studio is lit, literally.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just all about what you're into, though.
Honestly,
it's
whatever gets you out taking pictures is all that matters.
Yeah, if you like taking photos, how you want to do it? Like, do you want to shoot it on a backdrop? You want to
You
go
don't
out?
got to do anything for art. Just make it. Just do it.
Just do what resonates with your heart.
Is that a cliche?
What?
Do what resonates with your heart.
But like, yes, but like, there's a reason why it's not.
No, I know. I was making a loop around.
Yeah. It's definitely like a, you know, if it doesn't resonate with your heart, you probably shouldn't be doing it, you know, like, because your heart is the truth. It's like your heart, think about it, you know, when you feel love for something, that's where you feel it. You feel it in your heart. When you're scared, when you're in the woods and there's a bear sneaking up on you, your heart gets all pounding, gets nervous. Da, 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 da. So, you know, that really is the heart speaking to you about the environment, about the situation.
The current situation, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
You know, everybody's walked into a situation where they feel that cold feeling in their chest and it's like something's off.
Yeah.
Something's definitely off.
Yeah. I think, sometimes it really is off. I think sometimes a situation can be really off, but then also at times we can do that with our own minds. Let's say this, you walk into a room, right, and you see some people that you might not vibe with, they kind of look intimidating to you. In your mind, you say, oh, they're kind of intimidating. They're kind of scary. So it triggers your heart, kind of like we were talking about with a bear coming up on you. It triggers your heart into a more fearful state. So what happened, how your heart got triggered is your mind triggered your heart. You know, so we got to be careful when, you know, looking at our heart, looking at how our heart is feeling, and if that is a legitimate feeling to the environment, to the actual situation, or is our minds just telling that to us and tricking us?
That's true, because fear is a very good thing. Fear is...
We need it.
It's a good thing, because sometimes it's what you need, is a little bit of fear.
How are you going to run from a bear and get into survival mode if you don't got it, you know? Mm-hmm. So like, I think, you know, for people to think that...
But it makes you stronger too, when you do what you're afraid of. I mean, some of the biggest feats in my career have been when I was terrified. That I couldn't do it, and I did it because I wanted to know that I could.
Yeah,
and that's where true strength comes from. That's where true confidence comes from too. To know that you can walk into something and trust yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And and look at the situation objectively. You know what I'm saying? Like if you feel fear in your heart, like look at the situation and actually ask yourself if it's something that you need to feel fear about, or do I need to rearrange my thoughts in a way that are going to make me feel the opposing of fear in my heart, which is love. Let's switch the words around, you know, and start to feel different vibes in our heart.
Okay. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, mind, the brain-heart coherence, man. Shouts out to Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Joe Dispenza.
How's that book treating you?
It's changed my life.
How far are you into that book?
I've been bad.
He's been bad?
I have been bad. I'm right before Blessing the Energy Centers.
Becoming Supernatural is the book we're talking about?
It's a really bomb book. It really is an incredible work.
Again, shouts out to Dr. Joe Dispenza.
It changes the way you see life. It really, really does.
Dr. Joe Dispenza changed my life 3 years ago. Like.
Oh, and I will be one to vouch for that, because I knew what is it? Pre-Dispenza Rick and post-Dispenza Rick. Rick LaFlame didn't exist without Joe Dispenza.
Nah. I like that you say that because I really didn't.
No, you were a very different person back then.
I was.
Very.
Like 4 years ago, I was very nervous. I never really had much of a problem with talking to people, but I always felt so nervous. And I didn't know why. I was feeling like this, honestly. I just wanted to feel better. I felt like there was more, honestly. I felt like there's more knowledge, more information that's going to help me feel better about life and be able to walk more confidently in that type of thing. And that's when I was introduced to Dr. Joe Dispenza. I wasn't introduced to the book right away, but I was introduced to some of his YouTube videos and some of his perspectives and that type of thing. And I started to kind of put together and piece together, over the span of the past 3 years, some of these concepts of, literal, like what we were talking about earlier, brain-heart coherence, how the mind influences the heart.
It's how the mind influences the entire body, really.
Yeah.
The entire body.
Not just
you
the
can
heart.
Control with your mind. With enough practice.
Practice, yeah.
Because that's a big point to make there, because it does take a lot of practice to change how you feel.
It takes practice.
It's not going to happen in a day. It's not going to happen in a week. You pick up that book, you'll see. So
yeah, and I think and that comes it comes with power, right? Like it comes with power, and it can also be super. It can slap you around a little bit because when you tap into different awarenesses, in different levels of happiness or states of being, and then you lose that, you wonder what happened. You're like, oh, well, I felt all this, I felt so great, but now I'm not feeling so good. And I think that with these practices, meditation and that type of thing of Dr. Joe's, like his practices, if you don't use them, you will probably lose them in a way. You can't. It's an ongoing practice.
Oh, 100%.
Mindfulness is an ongoing practice, y'all. You gotta be mindful all the time. You definitely do.
Oh yeah.
So if you were to, give any message to future clients, yeah, to people that are seeing you in the future, how would you best describe your practice of photography, and style and that type of thing? How would you best describe that?
That's a deep question.
Yeah. Best
describe like what I'm going to do for them or the process of working with me?
I would say first, what you love about your process type vibes, and then what does that process look like to somebody who's looking to have shots done by you?
Well, what I think I love most about it is, I've spent like, as I said earlier, I'm a geek with this. I'm a geek with this shit. I love it. I love learning.
I can vouch.
I love knowing all the the technical stuff, like the 85 and the shutter speed, the light. But I would have to give any client that I take all that knowledge to you whenever I work with you. And when you come to me with an idea or something you want to do, I'm going to use all that knowledge. I'm not just going to go on Instagram and find stuff that's like what you want to do. No, I'm going to really look at it, really see what you want, and execute different technical thing that I can come up with to make it look how you make it look new, make it look empowering. I want you to walk away with those pictures to feel like
make it theirs.
This is it. Yeah. This is it.
Okay.
Honestly, when I work with a client, one of my favorite moments, we talked about this earlier, but my favorite moments is that little, when they look at that picture, that's what I want to get from you. I want to make you feel wow, he took that. My brand looks like that. I look like that. My company, our headshots, our websites never looked better, and you can tell the personality from everyone on the team through these. That's it.
Do you have particular, do you have particular ways of going about your process to cater to your clients to make them feel good about what they're doing in front of the camera and behind the camera?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because like when you hire me, you're not just hiring a photographer, you're hiring an experience. And it's as like, you know, like tooting my own horn. Like I don't mean to, but like you're hiring me. Like
Toot that shit.
I'm going to come and like, we're going to have a good conversation. Like that's what I love about it. Is like, I get to know you. Like that's the coolest part is like when I meet somebody, like I actually did this. I haven't done this in a minute with like, when I used to start out with this, I used to find models on Instagram or in the Michigan, shout out to the Michigan photo community for
Shout out to Michigan photo community.
Honestly, shout out to all those people there. But like I would just meet random models and people off their Facebook group or at State and go shoot pictures with it. And I loved it, not just because I get cool pictures, but because I would get to know somebody for 2 hours.
So you're a social person.
Yeah, and that's what I love about working with a company.
I know that. Sorry, I know that, but I just had to, you know, I had to ask.
But no, but that's what I love about working with a company is like, you know, with Mastermind or, you know, my own freelance business, I'll have people reach out to me or Marcus be like, oh, I've got like a headshot or I've got like, I need you to go take these pictures of somebody. And like the first thing in my mind isn't like, oh, like I got to go work. No, I actually look forward to it. I'm just like, wow, like I'm going to get to wake up that day and go meet new people and like go, you know, give them a good day and make them feel amazing and like, you know, have that conversation because that's why I love what I do.
That's everything.
It's literally sometimes my photo shoots feel like podcasts. I'm talking to them. Like I love to ask. Like
you must be having fun right now.
I'm lit.
I know you be having fun on those photo shoots.
Yes,
dog.
I do because I get to show up and like I love some of my favorite questions. Honestly, I have a list of questions that I show up kind of with.
Okay.
Like I always ask like, where are you from? You from LA? Like, are you from around here? Because really, LA is a place that no one's actually from here.
You a big small talker.
Little bit. Yeah,
that's good. Like,
honestly, yeah. No, I love getting my hair cut because I get to talk small talk.
Wow. Have you heard that? Have you heard anybody say that ever?
That they like small talk?
The small talk from the haircut.
Yeah, I love it.
I was talking to that camera. I was asking the audience. That's funny. That's cool though. Actually, that's really cool, and I think that's what really is what makes you great. And for the record, I have my money on C. Benoit.
I've got my money on Rick LaFlame.
Yo, we the dream team out here. But I want you guys to know that, you know, there is a reason why I have my chips, you know, kind of literally and, you know, spiritually on C. Benoit. And one of those reasons is his social skills. Like, because so many people get so scared in front of the camera, right? Like, people get stage fright. They can't pose this or that. But like the way that I've seen, you know, I haven't seen a lot of, you know, you working with an actual client.
I should take you on set
Yeah,
sometime.
you should take me and then I can video you behind you.
That would be cool.
And make like a behind the scenes.
No, but like so many people, I get that so often. Like I get nervous in front of the camera and my answer to that is like, this is what goes to what I tell my clients is like, we're just taking pictures. It's the same
with
thing.
that tone.
We're just taking pictures.
It's light.
It's light. It's just like you don't have to be afraid because like we're gonna be having a conversation and it's like I actually care. Like I definitely want to get to know you.
Yeah.
Number one. And like I want to I'm not out here to take bad images of you. I'm out here to show the best of you. And like yes, the best of you.
And he could also take the worst of you probably if you wanted him.
But like I'm not going to.
That's just for the record.
Hey, I will say that my clients love the bloopers. Like I actually give my clients, like if there's a couple pictures that they really think are hilarious when I look at the back of the camera, like some clients want those.
Yeah.
And I love them. I think they're like that. Yeah.
No, I mean, I only said that because, you know, we're not only out here looking to like highlight you if I'm speaking maybe for myself. If the goal isn't to necessarily highlight you, then
it's to show you.
And what the intent is, what's the intent of getting these photos done? Is it for me to have the best photos of my life, or is it, you know, for another reason?
It's to capture you.
Yeah.
And the best photos of your life.
I'm not sure if that question was very good or like that. Like,
it's the cool kids table. Any questions cool here?
Wow, it's beautiful. I just got to shout out to all your future guests on this table. Y'all are gonna have a lot of fun. So yeah, this is cool. So what about like process of like if people were looking to get in contact with you, and that type of thing, and then once they get into contact with you, what's that process look like?
Oh, hit me up on Instagram at Benoit Photo. That's CBENOIT Photo on Instagram, or check out my website, cbenoitphoto.com. Mm-hmm. There's a little section there next to the about with a picture taken by Mark. Mm-hmm. That's I don't know why, but I said that. But yeah, no, there's a section there to fill out where you can just be like, yo, like send me your ideas. What do you think? Oh, you
got like a form?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But really, just hit me up on Instagram. The first message you'll get is like, hey, thank you so much for reaching out. Like, I'm so grateful you reached out. I'd love to hear what you're thinking, and let's figure it out.
Yeah, sir. Mm-hmm. So they get into contact with you. You set up a time to go shoot. You go out and shoot.
My first question is studio or outside?
Studio or outside?
Because like that opens up everything.
Boom. It splits it in half.
It does.
Boom. Simplified.
Yeah.
You're
like those gambling things where the coin comes down and bounces between all the pegs? Like this first peg is studio or outside.
Okay.
But I have people that want both.
Interesting. Cool.
I don't know why that's so separate in my brain, but I think like I shoot very differently outside and
They're
inside.
two entirely different things.
They are two entirely different
They're very
things.
different. They're very different. But okay, so do you do multiple locations? Do you do single location for a single price?
Oh, yeah. No, I really just quote by the project.
Okay.
Typical portrait session right now, October 2022, is about $300, $395. Really depending on what you're looking for, because it could be more. That's for like good 10 to 15 edits.
And guess what? After this podcast, his stock is going up, ladies and gentlemen. So get your scheduling in with
I do unfortunately have to raise my prices.
Prices are going up.
After the new year.
After the new year. Don't be expecting to pay under $400. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, honestly. But if I know you, if I know you and we're close and we're set at a rate, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it,
man. Let's talk about it. Like I'm not gonna like. That's one thing that I really don't like about entrepreneurship is that like people will get discouraged by price because like it like as I've gotten more into this and do this for a living, like it's difficult because like I have people come to me with projects that I like genuinely want to do. And like sometimes like I'm booked up with people that have paid me and like because like I have to think about my shooting schedule, editing schedule, and mastermind schedule. So like sometimes like it does cost for my time.
It costs to be the boss, but go ahead.
It does cost to be the boss, but like, if you come to me with like a really rad project and like, it's not even a matter if it's cool. Like if it's the level of your excitement about it, like if you're really freaking stoked about what you're doing, like what you want to happen, I want to make that happen. I want to make your dreams come true.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We are.
Shout out to the CKT making this possible. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm fascinated by that just because, the saying everything is for sale is true to a certain extent, like the worst that could happen is what they say no. And closed mouths do not get fed. If you don't ask,
you don't get anything in life unless you ask.
Yeah, you got to ask. You got to ask. Sometimes whether that's asking God or asking the market or asking a mentor, like you got to ask. You got to open your mouth. Don't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? Do not be afraid. Get
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't get anything unless you ask.
That's a fact. I think I'm going to fire up one of these.
You're going to light up.
One of these L's, man, because we already spoke. We already said at the beginning of this podcast.
How many times have you smoked since entering the great state of California?
How
many do you think?
I actually don't think I've smoked since I got to California.
So this is the first time smoking within California borders in 6 months.
I think this is the first time smoking under the palm trees since I got back. So
it's the Golden State.
The Golden State where herb is legal and it's welcome at the CKT because what's the CKT all about?
Inclusivity.
It's about inclusivity. What do you like, man? Fucking, what's your style?
Yeah, rolling up.
Yes.
He rolled up to roll up, everybody.
I rolled up to roll up to my guy and his talented self.
Same to you.
Out here. So the next question I got for you is how long have you been here at Mastermind, and what role has Mastermind played in your life since getting to LA?
I sure hope Mark's outside that curtain right now.
He's gonna hear it regardless.
Mastermind has been the best thing one of the best thing that's ever happened to me. I met Mark because it's a crazy story, but I was back in Michigan right before I moved out here, and it was the day after my father had passed. And I had always dreamed of, moving to Los Angeles. I already had this whole planned out, and LA was so cool. There's so movie sets, there's everything. Look at that smoke and the light. That's gorgeous, crispy. But anyways,
Go ahead, bro. Or take
no, but
it
was the day after my father passed, and I was planning the next day. I was gonna go plan the funeral and all that, and I get a DM at 6 a.m. in the morning of Mark hitting me up saying yo, I need a photographer on set.
And Mark is the founder of Mastermind.
Yes, Mark is the founder and CEO of Mastermind, cool. the original, the OG Mastermind. But he DMs me and he's just yo, okay, I need a photographer on set at 11. Can you make it? And I'm just something in my gut, like we were talking about following your heart. I knew I had to go. And that family probably still hasn't forgiven me because I made that decision. But I went. And I went and did it. But the funniest thing, I still think this is hilarious. My first question to Mark was, what do I wear to set? I was like, what do I wear? I didn't know. I have a weird thing of just I used to.
And what was Mark's response?
Mark just was call me. And he called me and I'm he tells me all the details and I'm yeah, I'll be there. And at the end of that call, you know what I asked? What do I wear? But anyways, I show up. We did Rudolph, the promo trailer.
So you flew into LA?
No, it was in Detroit. He was in Detroit.
Oh, he was in Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
They were filming in Detroit.
Cool.
And he had me. I drove down there and shot for 8 hours. 8 hours straight. But we were filming the promo trailer for Rudolph. Go check it out on mastermindmedia.com. But it's a brilliant piece. And I shot it and I had never done still photography before. I had never shot behind the scenes on set. So I get there and I'm shooting and it's all long day. I don't think we were done with set till 11 o'clock at night. But it was great. And then I get home and I edit them and, I sent it to him and he's just yo, these are sick. So, I had told him on set, yo, I'm moving to LA. Let's stay in touch. And,
that's crazy.
So
no coincidences. The day after that, everything, he has me do something I've dreamed about forever. And and then I eventually move out to LA and I get here and I hit him up and I still remember that first drive down Kahunga Boulevard. I probably pronounced that wrong. Down to Sunset, down to Melrose. I drive it every day now, but I still can remember what that was like for the first time rolling up to this spot. And see, I didn't know anybody moving here. I didn't know anybody. So that's one of the dopest things about moving somewhere for the record.
Oh yeah, no.
If you're scared of that, face that fear and go.
It's the best
go meet
thing.
Some new people.
It's the coolest experience to move to someplace new out of your hometown because your entire perspective changes. But
environment and people.
Oh, and mindset.
And mindsets.
You learn to trust yourself on a level that you never ever would
fact.
In another way. But I didn't know anybody, so I had just been doing some photo shoots. I had some leftover stuff.
You had somebody to know. You had Mark.
Yeah, I had a place to work. Yep. I was living in a bedroom in a house in the Valley at the time. And I was all right, because I'm a worker. All I want to do is work and try to achieve my dream right now. And
you like to have
I like to. No, I do like to have fun, but like during the day, like it feels weird not to be working.
Nah, you work
after moving.
You work.
No, I know.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah,
you work. You work, bro.
But I would just show up and work.
Yeah,
and it was great because like he's like just like Rick LaFlame, someone that's got a great mindset, great perspectives, and is always very open to hearing new ideas and like talking about it and like building on things. So like I was in here every day working with him, and he started throwing me clients. Like he's just like, I need you to shoot somebody. I need you to shoot somebody. And then I went and shot a famous TikTok dancer, Slavic.
Shout out to Slavic.
Shout out to Slavic. And I killed that. And Mark was like, yo,
she a good dancer?
From here. Oh, he was an amazing dancer.
He's a great dancer.
I'll show you his TikTok later. He's got like, I think millions now.
Cool.
But yeah, I shot him. And then, yeah, Mark was just like, you're shooting all our content. I don't know how it eventually like transformed, because then I started doing like running all our client social media accounts, and slowly transformed into a little bit of podcast editing, reel editing for Instagram. And then like I like eventually passed on social media to one of our interns / workers. Now Gabe really does everything here.
Cool.
Does a lot. And now I run all podcasts.
Nice.
And I edit them, and I love it because I get to.
And now you host a podcast.
Yeah, that's the funny part about this is I am on like 3 or 4 different podcasts, because when they have me run it, they all are just like, yo, CB, you gonna mic yourself up? And I'm just like, hell yeah, I'll mic myself up. So this Cool Kids table is my home mic.
This is the home arena, home base, home table. Home table.
Even though everybody uses this table, it's the same table for every podcast, but.
It's the Cool Kids table.
This is the Cool Kids table. I mean, it's inclusivity.
What?
We got to include everybody at this table.
Whether the CKT logo is at the beginning of their video or not, this is
honestly
a inclusive table from what I'm understanding. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's great about it. And I can feel that.
Soon to be a darker
color. Tone. I like that. I like darker tones, man.
I do too.
Yeah.
Nothing like a good mid-century vibe. It's buttery like the 85.
Dog. Mid-century modern is my love,
bro. When you come to my spot, I found like that's one of the weirdest things about Los Angeles is, and in the universe in general. Well, the universe will give you what you ask for, and like I had been thinking in the back of my mind, like I want a new desk chair, like because I had the same freaking swivel chair since I moved, and like it's a funny thing about Los Angeles is when you want something, it will start showing up on the curb. Everywhere. And you'll start seeing it everywhere. Dude, over the past 3 weeks, I have picked up 3 chairs off the side of the road thinking that it was going to be my chair. And the other day, I found the chair. I found the chair.
Yo.
Beautiful leather freaking chair. It looks clean.
Because you told me that you got a chair.
I did.
You got a new one?
I did. I got a new one. I got a leather one.
Another one?
Oh, dude. This is another level.
You already know, bro. Take a seat and a good seat.
Yeah. I'd roll it up to the Cool Kids table if I could.
Well, that's a special table for your own home base, or a special seat for your own home base. Yeah.
I took a seat. Literally.
Dog. The CKT is the place to be.
With CB.
With CB. Featuring RLF. And many others. On the beat. You gonna play a beat for me?
A beat?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You want me to free? You want to free? Dude, do you remember when we would smoke on my porch back in Sylvan Lake and you taught me how to freestyle?
Put me on the mic, dog. I'm on the mic right now.
You're on the mic.
I love this type of setup vibe. Like no duration of time.
Look at that 111 right there.
111. Is that 111?
It was
12 minutes. Like it's like the freedom of the podcasting realm is something that I've always been interested in. I've never officially done one like this, like with the headphones on and with the mics. You know, this table is looking just like the CKT logo. You know what I'm saying? And to set it for just whatever time, however much time is comfortable, is such a cool way to do things and to leave the conversation open to talk. Yeah, this is cool.
Be whatever you want.
Dude, be whatever you want, bro.
Make it whatever you want. You can make your life whatever you want.
Yeah, you can. You got to write it down in pen, though.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Don't write it in pencil.
Pencil's lit sometimes.
Pencil's like having a plan B, dog.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing math, like, I don't know. What requires a pencil? I guess, like... But, like, I don't know. I've just been particularly...
What requires a pencil? When you need to erase it.
Yeah.
That's
like,
what it requires. Like, it's kind of I would say pencils are a little less confident than pens.
Oh, entirely.
If you're writing, writing in pen, you're confident.
Make the mark. Be bold, yeah.
Be bold.
Be bold. That's what the mark is. The pen. You ain't got no erasable pens. Those are gone, dog. Like, ever since those little Papermate blue ones back in the day that kind of worked but didn't. Like, you couldn't cheat on a test back in school with that. Like, you know. So, like, what's the point? You might as well just scratch it out, anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Just the little back and forth over it.
Yeah. Make your mark though.
Honestly.
Yeah, make your mark. Don't be scared to make the mark. Sometimes it's daunting. If you got an open canvas and you're like, what do I make? What do I do?
That was the biggest thing they taught us in painting class. The stroke.
First stroke.
Even though it'll be covered up.
How you take that first stroke? Like what type of energy like you going at that with?
No, you gotta dive in.
You dive in. Like head first, like you ain't pencil diving.
You can't be afraid of that canvas. That canvas is yours. Sure. Like you, if you want that art to be you gotta write on that. Like you gotta write on that canvas.
Yeah.
You have a right to be there, literally. That's epic. You have to write. You have a right to be there on a pad of paper, or on the canvas as an artist. You have a right to be there.
You have a right to be there, just like you have a right to say whatever you want in this country. Like, this is what I believe, is you should be able to say what you want without having to feel like, oh, somebody's going to come at me in a physical realm or take it that wrong. It's like, it's our freedom. It's our freedom to speak. It's our freedom to write. It's our freedom to make a mark. It's our freedom to capture the artwork and to put the artwork out to the public. It's like, and to be free of our own judgment even. Like, how good was that first mark? Like, what about all the rest of the marks? Yeah. But if you never make a mark, then you just never have the chance for a full thing anyways.
I'd rather have a shitty piece of artwork than no artwork at all.
You took a chance.
You have to.
You took a chance. What if that turned out to be the greatest piece of artwork on this planet? What if? And all it took was the mark, the first mark.
Yeah. One
mark, good energy. But then it does come, like different.
Well, that comes later, honing in.
Yeah, skill. You gotta get.
But like, no. I'm saying like, as coming back to pencils, there is a place for it. But I think that first mark is very important for you to try in this hypothetical sense. Yeah. But, the eraser has a place because, you're going to make that first mark and you're going to make another one, but you're going to learn a hell of a lot from that first mark and you're going to learn a hell of a lot from the next one and the next one and the next one. But eventually you're going to look at a mark and be like, yo, that wasn't the best move. And that's where the eraser comes in, because then you can be like, okay, like I'm going to fix this.
Yeah. And like,
you can hone in because then you know your style, you know what you like, and you can fix it.
Yeah, and sometimes I feel like that is where
it's honing in.
That's where the pencil comes in, right? But like, how many mediums really are a pencil? Like, I guess there are a lot of them in the digital form.
Command Z.
Command Z is, I guess.
Backspace.
Yeah, I guess, unless you put it on the blockchain. Then they know.
No, but it definitely is the first mark that matters. That's a T-shirt.
The first mark matters, and the 10th mark
matters just as much.
Yeah, just as much. But
all the marks matter.
Shouts out to Mark. You know what I'm saying? But the ability to take a mark that isn't the one that you want and then transform it into another.
Yeah.
That's particularly really sad.
But you need to make that first mark to know that 110th mark is not exactly what you wanted. You're not going to know that mark isn't what you wanted unless you make one at first.
What do you think about wearing sunglasses inside?
I don't know. It depends.
Depends.
Yeah. Why are you wearing sunglasses inside? It's because it's too bright on the cool kids table.
Beaming.
Beaming. Damn it.
We beamed it.
The Beamin' Beamers, everybody.
We are the Beamin' Beamers. Chazzy Beamer.
Yes, sir.
And
Rick LaFlame.
Take on Beamin'. But I asked that question. I'm curious about that question. I particularly love wearing shades inside. Like I love going to a bar and wearing shades, but I'm also so not afraid, because you cannot be, to take them off.
Why would someone be afraid to take sunglasses off?
Because I think a lot of people are trying to hide their eyes.
Mm.
And that's but you don't see it that much. It's not like you see like people wearing shades inside like that much, but like you got to be able to pull them out. I'm saying, talk to the people.
I think that's the first time I've actually seen your eyes since you came to California.
How they look.
Good.
Thank you.
Great.
But I think that the confidence to do both, to rock both, like to be able to turn on that swag and then to be able to take the shades off.
Have the confidence to wear your shades wherever the hell you want to wear your shades.
Yeah, but like
it doesn't matter.
You have to be able to walk without them, and you have to be able to walk with them, because you can't hold on to that just with half of a grip. You have to grip that shit and turn it up.
Go full.
You got to go full. It's high energy.
High Vibes Weekly.
Yeah, HVW. How do you feel about being the host of this?
I feel amazing. I feel really good about this. I'm excited to have a lot of different people in here. It's going to be wild. It's just like, you know, we were talking about fear. It scares the shit out of me. This scares the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie, because it's like we started this and like I'm the type of person that like is consistent. Like I don't want to stop. So like now like I actually like we did it. Now I have to do it.
Yeah.
That's the cool part. Like I have to do this.
You get to do it.
I get to do it. It's not that I have to. I'm grateful to do it, but like I have to. I want
to your own soul, you have to.
Yeah.
I gotta do it.
I got it.
Yeah.
Not have to, gotta.
I think that from what I've already seen, that you're built for this.
Yes, sir.
You're built for this. And I think that like nervousness and what you're talking about,
it's good.
It's a good thing.
It's great.
It's a good thing, because what it means is that it's real in a way.
Yeah.
You're talking to the people, you know, live. We're not live right now, but we're talking to people on the internet, and we're putting our perspectives out there for people to cast judgment upon, you know, and so that might not affect you, or it might, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, a lot of people would be nervous about that. But I think that you got a skill of, creativity in certain realms, but also a skill of personal skills that are gonna help take you to where you need to go with this thing.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's an honor to have you as my first guest. It really is.
Yeah.
Talking about this for a long time.
I will love it here. I already do. Like, you know, it's about exactly how I felt it was gonna be.
To be right here?
Yeah. I want the people to know that. Over the past, few months, couple months, 2 months ish, we've been talking about it. And I knew it was going to be fun. And I knew it was going to be a vibe. I knew it was going to be cool pulling up here with my guy. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to make it happen is so cool, dude. Like, it's a dream come true.
No, it is.
It's a dream come true.
The fact that the table looks exactly like the logo really makes
it's
a
dream
like such
true.
A little warm point.
It is.
But yeah, no, I like it's cool because it's something that like is so different than anything that I've done before. That like, don't get me wrong, I love this, I really do. But like, I'm kind of like I'm indifferent about it. Like I'm kind of just like, this could go someplace, this could not. Mm-hmm. But this is one thing that I really don't give a fuck if it doesn't go anywhere. Because like I think I'm still gonna get to have these cool conversations, and I hope that the world will see this.
Yeah,
but that's the beautiful part, is the freedom of like, I really don't care if it takes off. All I care about is that I get to have somebody at my table, get to talk about it, and if 5 people watch it, I hope those 5 people have a great time.
There will be 5 people watching. I can guarantee that, but that's not the point. I definitely, man, like,
I can't wait to hear Frankie's opinion of the Cool Kids table. That's the coolest part of thinking about like how many people like I'm going to share this with, that like it's going to be dope.
I think that this conversation right here is super important to both of us. I think that you and I have had so many conversations over the years. We've come together so many times and just shot the shit. Just got on the
We've been through ups and downs. We've been through laughing is hard. We've been through some crazy mushroom trips. We've been through some just great adventures. Yeah. We've been through, like, honestly.
Unbelievable. Like,
it's about time it's recorded.
It's about time it is recorded. We've been talking about that. And like, and I think, but I say that this is important for both of us, I feel like, because you know, the world does deserve to feel our energy in a situation like this. You know, like we could always, you know, post up a photo on the gram, chilling, smoking. Me, if I'm smoking in some of my photos, fucking, or wherever, doing whatever. But it's not like sitting down in like a long form conversation like this, you know, and like really feeling out like how somebody might, you know, guide a conversation or what they might say, or you know, and I haven't done, like, I've never done an official, like, you know, we've been going for an hour and 26. I've never really sat down for an hour and 26 and like recorded myself just hanging out.
It's different.
It's different.
It's really different to sit down in front of a mic. It's strange. It's like being in front of the camera.
This is, dude, it's cool. Well, we are in front of a camera. Wait,
yeah,
you
I'm
said
in
behind the
like
camera?
pictures.
Oh, yeah.
But this is audio and video. It's the same kind of vibe.
Yeah. And but like, I want to finish my thought. Like,
go for it.
I really feel like are, you know, who we are, because, you know, Charles has helped me out a lot with what I've done over the past year. You know, I've been working to build my dream of, you know, of a brand and of a streetwear and a hype company, you know, and Charles has been such a friggin' help to me in that, you know, and whether that's actually shooting photos or, you know, hearing out my perspectives on what I'm doing, it's like, you know, our connection's like really deep. It's really deep. And I really want people to know that I got a lot of faith in my guy, you know, and I back him. I back him. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. I feel the same for you.
Yeah.
You helped me get through a lot of shit, a lot of stuff, and like ups and downs, perspectives. High Vibes Weekly is definitely an amazing experience. I don't know. It's honestly kind of amazing to have someone that you can call up almost every day and like be so freaking positive all the time. But like, it's like, and there's no expectation of that, but it's just, there's always new ideas, always. And then what's cool is we do go a couple weeks without talking sometimes.
Every once in a while.
But it doesn't change nothing.
The right people stick around, you know, The right people will come back, and the right people will be okay, you know, with that time being away too. I think that that's important. I think that time away from your closest people is important, because, you know, we need to have that, like we were saying earlier, we need to have that self-love, you know, to then go really give it to our people and our friends, you know. And sometimes we might just feel a little bit drained, man. Sometimes we need to just kick back and do our own thing and just not talk to anybody for a little second. It is what it is, like, you know. But I really believe that the right people always come back. You know,
I think the right people will respect that.
The right people
will like know that, like, like, I get it. I like talking to people all day long does get tiring. Yeah. And like sometimes you want to pull back and pull back for a minute. Cool, good for you. I hope it's good. I'm grateful the fact that you have a chance to step back and enjoy your own time.
Yeah, and like, you know, for me and, you know, even Frankie, you know, me being here right now, like, you know, it's me just being honest and saying, yo, Frankie, I need to go to California real quick. I need some me time to go and see my guy, get on my guy's podcast, help him, or do what I can to help him launch this thing in a lit fashion. You know what I'm saying? And being honest about that time, like being able to go and tell our friends, hey man, like I'm not looking to talk right now, like friends or, like a close, but like being able to say that without fear of them being like, oh, like why? Like you don't want to talk right now? Like, you don't like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like having that against you, like what? Like it's like,
there's no need for that. Just no need.
One thing we know is that we don't know.
Don't know what?
Everything about the next person.
You don't.
You don't. So for me to, tell you exactly what's best for you, like,
you can't tell what's best for anybody
exactly
in any given situation. And that's the craziest thing about advice from anybody is the fact that like only you know every detail of any situation that you want to ask about. So like, and I think that's where like drama and rumors really cause problems, is because like I can ask Rick LaFlame here for advice on anything. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? What should I say to this person? But he's not going to know every conversation that I've had with or everything that's led up to making a decision. Like no one knows
nobody
part that went into that. So like, how can anybody make the full right decision with like, but you,
like, what's right? Like, yeah, like how,
but like I will say similar experiences and perspectives and other thoughts definitely are helpful, but to make any decision, I think it's really all you.
It's all you, and it's all you. It's all in your hands to be willing to, like we were talking about again earlier, ask for advice, and be open to, being open to letting go, like of if they're like, say you trust somebody's perspective, you go and you ask somebody's perspective and you trust them and they give you a perspective. You have a choice whether you want to be a student of that and actually utilize it or not. Now it's like not necessarily that you have to. It's not that you have to. It's up to you. Like at the end of the day, like learning something or changing or taking somebody's advice, it's up to you because that's a student mentality. You know what I'm saying? And you've always done that. You've always been like that, I feel like. How I remember you were with the teacher the first time. You were with Peter, right.
Shout out to Peter.
Shout out. I never really knew Peter, but shouts out to Peter.
Peter was lit. It's crazy how like he's helped me out so much. I wouldn't be in Los Angeles without Peter. But I actually, little side story. I actually went to the wrong photo class my first day in art school at Michigan State. I went and sat in Peter's class when I actually had
that was
photography on the other day.
That was
I went in there
with him on the other day.
No, it was Peter on the day I went to the wrong class.
That's funny.
I sat in there and I sat back and I'm like, wow. Like this guy is so like this guy. Listen,
why? What do you mean?
Because like Peter was just he taught well. Okay. He gave it. He cared.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I was just like, wow, like he's cool. And then I just for the fun of it, I went to the other teacher's class. I can't remember who it was, but I went to the other teacher's class. You know what I did that day? I went to Brita and changed my schedule.
Ah, that's funny.
So I could be in Peter's class.
Yo,
I don't think Peter knows that.
That's
cool. Should tell Peter that.
That's cool. He's here.
Yeah, he is
send him the soundbite, man. This is what it's for. That's awesome, though.
But I think that the universe works in fate like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really do.
It does.
Things don't just happen.
Show you people, like.
Oh yeah.
Or to introduce you to people, like.
But think about that. If I hadn't gone into Peter's class and like had that class, I wouldn't have had the discussion about Flash, and then I wouldn't have had that conversation. The Cool Kids Table may not have existed. So,
and that all honestly, I was circling it back. My guy was with Peter, and that was a sign of my guy being a student in ways. He wasn't afraid to ask questions, and that's what I like about Charles. Like Charles isn't gung ho stuck on one perspective. You know, I really try not to be either. Bring a better perspective.
Oh, you're
to
the
me.
least person that's like that.
Hey, thank you. That's a blessing.
No, you're open to a lot of stuff. Like, you're open to anybody's perspective. You don't necessarily take it all the time, which, like, you don't have to, but, like, you definitely, like, propose 3 different perspectives or have all these different perspectives, and you listen to them and you analyze and do whatever you want to do.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, honestly, because I really try to hone in on that. Like I don't want to, like, I love this quote. I got to share the quote, and we go back to this quote. You know, the devil's biggest opponent is the man who thinks for himself.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's that. It's like, don't just take my perspective because that's the easy thing to do. Like, take my perspective because you took your other perspectives and you maybe put them against mine, or you brought yours to the table. You know, like, if you have a better perspective than me, then bring it to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, the idea of tables, and that's what I was saying earlier, not being fearful about what you're saying.
And that's why I'm excited to start this, because I think that this is what this podcast is all about, is that perspective. I want to hear other people's perspective.
Yeah.
On anything.
Yeah.
On anything.
Sheesh.
Like, show up to this table.
Give one of this. Give one of this.
Sheesh.
Let's go.
But show up. Yeah, no, honestly, anybody on the future cool, on the cool kids say, oh, there goes Alva. On the cool kids table, no, I do want to hear you. I want to hear what you've got to say. I'm curious. I want to hear your story.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, I'm interested. I want to hear. I want to learn. I want to, like, hear what makes you tick. I want to hear what makes you excited. Like, you saw how excited I got about photography. I want to know what gives you life. I want to make you get out of bed every day. I'm curious because, like, I could learn something from you. One little thing. You never know.
You never know.
You never do.
You never know. And this right here, man,
that's power.
This is power. And for you to have something that's yours, like, this is yours, you know.
But it's also not.
It's the world's. It's the universe.
But I didn't mean it by that. But it's my podcast. But it's like, it's also open to other people to take ownership, because, like, it's not just me listening to their perspective. It's like me giving my perspective as best. It's the cool kids table.
It's the cool kids table.
But like, that's the point, is, like, it's a shared space. It's an inclusive space. It's a safe space. There's no judgment on the cool kids table.
None of that. And honestly, look, man, I gotta say this. We gotta come back to the topic that we were about to hit earlier.
What?
The brand.
Oh, the hottest ever.
So, yo, this right here, this environment, this vibe, C Benoit, the CKT, Cool Kids Table, this everything we've already been talking about, pull up a seat mentality, you know, be you, come with your ideas, come with your perspectives, you know, that this energy is a blessing right now. And for me to have had a part in creating and bringing this to life, like, is a major blessing. It's a major blessing.
I'm grateful for it.
Thank you. I'm so grateful. And this right here, guys, is the first official brand identity dropping under The Brand by Rick LaFlame, RLF.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna give you a nice dapping up. But the thing is like, that's what my brand stands behind too. Everything that we've been talking about, everything, all the perspectives that you are instilling into what you're doing, a lot of those core fundamentals of just being a nice human and being you is what I stand for. And so for me to drop this underneath my brand, like me as a designer. So The Design Firm, family, The Design Firm is my design firm. It is the firm that I will drop scarce artwork, streetwear, fire words like these. It's the brand that's gonna embody those things and bring those types of things to life. So this brand right here is such an amazing first one for me to do, you know, because
the whole backing of your brand is genius, because it's like the means one, and there's only one of really you in this world. And like, I love that you highlight that individuality of each and every person, because like you go to people and be like, yo, you're the anything.
Yeah. So thank you.
Anyways, I wanted to hear you say this.
Yeah. So what the brand is, right? The brand is the brand that backs you being the greatest you that you can be. Like, you're the one and only. I'm the one and only. I'm the one and only Rick LaFlame, right? There's nobody else like me, honestly. Like, just the way I look and the way that I talk and the things that I've done. There's nobody like me. I'm the one and only. It's just a fact. It is. And, you know, the true definition is like what you said. It's a one-of-a-kind deal. Go look at, it's either the 5th or 6th definition in Google of the word the. I would love to do that right now. Actually, can we do that? I don't have my phone.
Yeah.
And what I love to highlight and what I love to bring forth to the table as far as what I'm doing is not only saying, yo, you're the one and only, that you're, the greatest you, or you're the most unique you, but also I want to stand behind some of the greatest vibes like this right here.
Used to indicate that someone or something is best known or most important of that name or type.
Yeah, that type. Yeah. So literally it's the word the is best known of that particular name or type.
You know, I have a powerful story with this, because a while ago I'm under I have the C. Benoit photo, and he made me an NFT of that, and I set that up as my profile picture. And I had someone tell me, like, why does it say the C. Benoit photo? You're not established, or you're not like that. I'm like, yes, the fuck I am. I'm the C. Benoit photo. How many other C. Benoit photos are me?
The one and only.
There's the one and only.
The one and only.
So like, it goes with anything. There's only one of you. There's only one of me, and there's one of everybody else out there.
Yeah.
So like, the fact that someone could say that is just like.
Okay, so what he's talking about is I have a collection of NFTs.
Yes.
There's 33 NFTs in this collection, and it's called the One and Only's collection. And what it is it's each individual NFTs of me in collaboration with people, individuals, and their individuality. So each piece of artwork says the one and only, underneath that, the name that person chose. And in their handwriting, the way that they
wrote
it.
I like a lot. I love that.
It's theirs. So you go and you look at all these NFTs, all the one and onlys, and you see the different handwriting on all of the NFTs of this collection. And what that is it's serving as what you were just saying. It's a badge of you being you, identity. It's like,
I'm proud of that.
Yeah, you're the one and only, man. And to have, like, for me to have my own, like, I came up with the thing, and like I flex it, like, you know, and that right there is special, and that's a special. I'm glad that you shared that story with me. I really am. I'm very happy that you shared that story with me, because that's what I really, and you know me, and I want the world to know me better, you know, and for that story to be told to me is a major blessing, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honing in that you are the one and only.
Be the one and only no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. Be
you.
you.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Yeah. It doesn't, but it does. Like, that's yours, you know, like
it is yours. It's a beautiful thing.
It's yours.
It's like, why wouldn't you want to be you? You were put on this planet.
Yeah.
Like that's your role in the universe. That's the meaning of life.
Yeah.
Is to be individual, to be you, to be something different than anything that's ever been on this planet or in this universe before.
And it's like a fact too. It's a fact. It's not so. This is not false. Like as far as our perceptions can go, we're all unique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and also I got to say this. You know, C. Benoit Photo. He has a few NFTs. So NFTs are basically what the brand uses to authenticate artwork.
Yeah.
So it's an authentication. That's the blockchain is going to allow us to keep track of how many pieces of digital artwork are in circulation, who owns what artwork, and keeping that authentication real because all of that is being dropped under one crypto wallet. But that was a lot in fucking 2 sentences. C. Benoit Photo, the first one that I did, we should like almost flash it on the screen, boom or something. Boom. Fucking that one right there, guys, is me in the first year. That was like one of the first NFTs I actually made. I'm
still waiting on the Sliceman.
Dude, the C. Benoit Photo one though is one of the first ones that I made, and there is not another brand / there's other like brands, we're all our own brands, right?
Yeah.
But like business, there's no other businesses underneath my brand but yours at this moment in time. Like I chose you in those moments to say the C. Benoit Photo, to put like my own love and like stamp of approval on like what you're doing.
I appreciate that. Like that really meant a lot when that.
I put my brand on the line for my guy out here, y'all. Like honestly, you know.
I appreciate it. And that's why I give you my photography. I support it.
It is. Tomorrow I think I need some shots. I think we need to go.
I'm sure you're probably gonna want me to take a picture of you outside the LA restaurant. Remember that,
dude?
Bro. You already know what it is.
You already know who it is. It's C. Benoit Photo. It's Rick LaFlame. Yo.
On the cool kids table.
The cool kids table.
Well, this has been lit. The cameras are about dead. My man.
My boy. This has been one of the ultimate blessings.
This has been. It's just been crazy. Like we talked about, it's one, like, just final thing is like, manifestation exists. It's like when you say something and it becomes real, it's really crazy. Cause like he made the logo and like I thought about that when I was setting up the table today. It's just like we made something from words into an artwork into physical reality.
Here, it's going right now.
It's you're listening to it.
You're hearing it right now.
You're experiencing it.
You're hearing it. And we saw this shit. Like, guys, like, we saw this. But you can
do that with anything you want to do.
Anything you want to do.
Anything.
But guess what? It took time.
It does take time. Patience is the number one thing that you can have in this universe.
Patience is a virtue, they say.
Patience and individuality will serve you well.
They will.
In this world.
Patience, individuality, being you, being a cool kid in whatever way that might be, you know, and honing in on that.
Yeah.
So shouts out to my man, C. Benoit, man. Thank you so much, bro, for fucking having me on your show, on the podcast, on the world stage, man. This is about to be whatever you want it to be. I know that, and it's going to be beautiful. I can't wait to watch it in the future.
Appreciate
so shouts out to my guy.
Thank you so much for coming out here. Thanks for making that long-ass drive to show up to the table.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world. For
honestly,
the record,
I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone for listening. I really do. I appreciate Mastermind Media and Mark for helping out and giving motivation to start this. Where can they find you?
They can find me at the Rick LaFlame, TheRickLaflame, thenftsofficial.com. Shouts out to Alva. Style is key. Stay fly.
Amazing.
Let's get
You can find me at C. Benoit Photo on Instagram, TikTok. I'm going to be putting out reels soon.
Let's take the TikTok.
My website as well, cbenoitphoto.com. And also follow Mastermind Media. Honestly, for motivational stuff, the stuff we post is really cool. It motivates you. It's fun. And yeah.
Love it, bro.
That's
Yo, much love,
the Cool
Brody.
Kids table.
Much
Thanks for
love,
showing
bro.
up. Thanks for sharing your perspectives.
Thank you for having me.
Stay cool.